This is transparent. It cannot be seen with the naked eye. However, many creatures and plants rely on it. One Korean poet called it the silent cry. It is the wind. The winter winds of Pohang create many legendary tastes. If the Korean peninsula's appearance is likened to a tiger, Pohang in North Gyeongsang province is located on the tiger's tail. Pohang is known as the City of Steel. POSCO, the world's third largest steelmaking company, is based here. Guryongpo is named after a legend of how 9 dragons ascended to heaven. Here, a unique sight unfolds every winter. Racks and racks of fish drying in the winds. This is Pacific sori, the main ingredient of gwamegi. 15,000 tons of Pacific sori is used to make gwamegi every winter in Pohang. The gwamegi produced here account for 80% of all the gwamegi made nationwide.
꽁치가 우리나라에서 나는 꽁치를 가지고는 이게 생산되는 꽁치로서는 수요가 부족합니다. 예, 그래서 이게 북태평양에서 나오는 고기 내기 대만에서 나오는 고기를 가지고 그래서 이 gwameg이를 하고 있습니다.
In the past, a lot of Pacific sori and herrings were caught off the coast of Guryongpo. The catch decreased radically with the changing water temperature, but that didn't deter a culinary custom of 200 years. Come winter, people get busy making gwamegi. They remove the organs and bones of Pacific sori and leave it to dry for 3 days.
우리가 어떻게 맛을 내는 것이 아니고 한 3일을 말리는 동안에 산에서 내려오는 서풍과 바다에서 부는 해풍이 마주치면서 자연적으로 천의 이 기후에 의해 가지고 아주 맛 좋은 쫄깃쫄깃하고 맛 좋은 이 gwameg이가 만들어집니다.
What makes gwamegi is the wind. The cold and dry northwesterly winds from the land and the humid winds from the sea meet, presenting ideal drying conditions. Sales of gwamegi in Guryongpo total 100 billion won each year. While gwamegi is also produced elsewhere along the East Sea, there's a reason why gwamegi made in Guryongpo is considered the best. Guryongpo stands at the end of the Taebaek mountain range, which runs parallel to the eastern coast of Korea. The winds from the land and from the seas cross through Guryongpo, creating the ideal conditions for drying greasy Pacific sori. Gwamegi is high in vitamin A, iron and calcium. Also, during the drying process, the amount of nucleic acids doubles. When day turns to night, the winds change. The power of the wind surpasses human technology. It is thanks to the wind that there are other memorable tastes in Pohang. workers unwind at the end of a day with gwamegi and some alcohol. Gwamegi is enjoyed as a wrap with a variety of vegetables such as green onions, garlic and chili pepper. As gwamegi became more mainstream, people found different ways to eat it.
과메기 맛이 쫀득쫀득하고 비린내도 안 나고 향이 최고. 역시 과메기는 구룡포.
In winter in Pohang, cold land winds and warm sea winds clash ceaselessly. The boundaries of the winds have histories that date back many millennia. Relics from the Stone and Bronze Ages, as well as historic sceneries, make up Pohang's most valuable assets. It's time to wait for the sunrise. Sunrise at Homi Cape represents Pohang's many sights. Fishing ships that head out to the southeastern seas moor at Guryongpo harbour. The harbour was small and quiet until the 1910s, but grew rapidly during the Japanese colonial era in order for the Japanese to better exploit marine resources. Today, it's the largest harbour in North Gyeongsang province. Snow crabs are the most welcome visitors in winter. More than half of all snow crabs sold nationwide come from Guryongpo harbour. Here are freshly hauled crabs. An auction is about to begin. Customers come from all over Korea to buy snow crabs caught in Guryongpo. Snow crabs live around 200 to 800 meters below sea level in the North Pacific Ocean. In Korea, they can be found along the east coast. They're usually caught in early winter, but those caught near the end of winter or in early spring are more taut and tastier. As gwamegi season winds down, snow crab season picks up. The Korean name for snow crab, taege, comes from how the crab's legs are as stiff as bamboo, or taenamu. Many visitors to Pohang fall in love with this white flesh of bamboo. If snow crabs are meant for visitors, mulhoe is meant for fishermen who have lived all their lives in Guryongpo. It's a quick meal prepared by mixing raw fish with vegetables and chili pepper paste. Always pressed for time, the fishermen cannot sit down for a proper meal. Hence, quick and nutritious mulhoe takes care of their needs.
배에서 작업하다가
글쎄 막 자리가
거기 올라오면
그래
바쁘니까 빨리 먹는 방법으로 이래서 이제 물회를 해가 먹다가 그 이제 물회를 해가 먹다가 이제 물회를 막 가지고는 배가 다 안 차니까 여기다 밥을 넣고 밥을 놔서 이렇게 말아. 예. 이래서 이제 한 끼 끼니를 내오는 거예요. 예. 배 사람들은 예. 아이고 달아라. 마지막 대리가 잡아놓은 거, 대왕고 잡아놓은 거.
No one knows when the dish came to be, but it has been enjoyed for decades. Today, mulhoe is one of the icons of Pohang. It is not only fishermen who enjoy mulhoe. Even visitors to Pohang are enticed by the refreshing and spicy taste of mulhoe.
제가 못 보던 맛이에요. 너무 맛있어요. 역시 물회는 포항 물회가 정말 최고인 것 같아요. 맛있어요. 드셔보실래요?
What emerged from fishermen's hard labor developed into a mainstream dish. The chef expertly cuts raw fish and prepares hue. The soup base of mulhoe has been left to mature for a long time to acquire a deep taste.
전복, 개불, 해삼, 멍게, 소라 뭐 손님이 원하신 대로 드릴 수도 있고 아니면 보편적으로 저희들 쪽에서 나가는 거 이제 필요한 거 음식에 이래 비벼서 비빔밥처럼 이제 비벼서 이제 육수가 최고 메인이 육수거든요. 육수로 해서 이제 좀 맛있게 비벼 드실 수 있는 거. 먹는 김도 좋고 맛도 좋고.
Within Guryongpo lies a compound where Japanese people used to live during the occupation era. Some 70 years have passed, but the houses still stand. The Japanese buildings present a peculiar experience to visitors who have never lived through the occupation era. However, for those who have, the empty buildings manifest memories that are as vivid as the present.
전부 다 일로 다 나와 있었으니까.
여기 골목
네, 골목이요.
There's a reason as to why the Japanese settled in Pohang.
처음에 온 사람이 오가야만 현 사람들. 그 새들어놓게 복벌에 두고 양가서들에 참 고기 다 잡고 고기 넣고 못 살아가지고 식단 여기 안에 그래.
The waterways between Pohang and Hokkaido connect through the North Korean current and the East Korean current. The Japanese took the bountiful marine resources of Pohang as if they belonged to Japan. They mainly caught herrings because herring oil was critical for the expansion of the Japanese empire.
정어리. 예, 정어리. 아유, 그 정어리 날 때 되면요. 하여튼 그때 벌써 아마 축간이 대가 있었습니다. 근데 그 고기는 식료도 했지만은 주로 뭐 염량했다든가 뭐 이래가지고 식료는 안 하고 전부 그게 있습니다. 비료를 만들었거든요.
This was the site of a large-scale herring processing plant. Today, it's Jukdo Market. It's the largest traditional market in all of Korea, as big as 20 soccer fields put together. There are about 3,400 shops and stalls inside. The vendors have always put up with the cold winds to guard their place.
겨울바람이 차지 뭐 살이 막 바람 많이 불 때는 살이 오래내는 같이 꼬리만 막 오래내는 같이 아프지. 아프면서 그렇지.
Of all the different marine products sold here, sunfish stands out the most. Cutting apart a 3 to 4 meter sunfish is almost like breaking apart a boulder. The scientific term for sunfish, molla, means a millstone in Latin. It is a reference to the disc-like shape of the fish. Sunfish has been consumed in Pohang for a very long time.
한 3, 40년으로부터 먹는 거예요. 옛날 어른들부터 드셨는데 아주 천한 고기로 하고 일부 부위만 떼먹고 버렸는 고기인데 지금은 아주 고가 생선으로 팔리고 있습니다.
Sales of sunfish are banned in the European Union, but it's considered a delicacy in Korea, Japan, and Taiwan. The hard flesh is cut and boiled in water first. This softens the meat to a clear jelly-like form.
요즘은 이게 좀 귀하다 보니까 지금은 기회가 비싸. 아무나 못 먹어요. 예, 큰일 같은 데가 해야 먹고 이래요. 큰일이 뭐든 잔치나 뭐 장가댁이나 이렇게 여러 사람 모이면 있어요.
In the past, sunfish was eaten to stave off hunger. Now, it's served on special occasions. It's the food that represents the people and the community of Pohang.
아니 물고기 같아. 네, 젤리 같아. 무기나 젤리.
청포묵 같으면서 쫄깃쫄깃한 게요. 그 뭐라 그럴까 식감이 되게 좋아요.
The change in winds brings a change in culinary customs. It may not be visible, but the wind creates legendary tastes. The green fields of Pohang are gifts of the wind. This place looks very dated. In fact, it is Pohang's oldest noodle factory, standing for 42 years now. The machines still operate at the speed of 42 years ago. Pohang used to be home to many small-scale noodle makers because of its local specialty, mori noodles. A 70-year-old woman dries the noodles made by a 40-something-year-old machine. The dry land wind and the humid sea breeze take turns drying the noodles.
옛날식으로 내 해봐가지고 그래가 내 옛날식. 이건 또요 바닷바람이 불어와가 북동풍이 불어와가 햇빛과 연분과 그런단 말로 뭐 국수가 쫄깃쫄깃하고 맛있잖아.
Mori noodles are thicker and more flat than regular noodles. They have deep ties with Pohang's bountiful marine resources.
배고픔이 이제 생선 이제 그거 박스에 담고 팔고 남았는 거 가지고 와가지고 이제 이거 찌개 끓여가지고 술로 한 잔씩 하는데 찌개만 끓여가 먹다가 보니 밥배가 고프잖아요. 그러니까 식은 밥도 말아 먹고 우리 잔치 국수 팔 때 남은 것도 말아 먹고 그래 그게 됐는 게 이렇게 됐어요.
Mori noodles are made with unsold seafood. The warm eastern current that passes through the Pohang seas has created another legendary taste of Pohang.
맛은 일반 국수에 비해서 마늘 없이 맛있죠. 그리고 얼큰하고 또 생선이 들어있어가지고 그 특유의 맛이 나고 국수하고 생선하고 이 맛이 배합하면 특유의 맛이 안 납니까? 그 맛을 보려면 구룡포로 오십시오.
Here in the Korean capital of steel, there's a force that's stronger than steel. The wind has blown for centuries, and in it, the people of Pohang have found wisdom and work. As long as the wind blows, the legend of the wind will continue.